Looking at the microgrid here, in the morning, we had a fractal on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, this is a typical decaying fractal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It appears all the time in any market on any time frame. You've got the top here, you have the bottom here. Okay, now because of the report this morning, that fractal reversed, meaning instead of decaying, it decided to grow again. It broke the top of the channel and went straight up. It would be rather difficult to get into that trade, but we've been mentioning that November would be a very bullish. We mentioned that in October because of the other fractals on the macro grid. On the microgrid, i.e., the smaller time frames, and that's where you find your entry points. Now, looking currently at the market here, there's not too much we can do with the spike up. We have to wait for the market to settle down and find another entry point. Generally, um, the big moves begin in the market in the after hours in the futures. Okay. When I woke up this morning, I simply looked at the chart and I saw this fractal here. Okay. Again, the microgrid, the area where you'll find your entry points. All right. Now, we're going to go to the macro grid, the longer time frames, and we pointed the longer term trend back in October, particularly on this fractal right here. Okay, that's a growth fractal. That's the top. Here's the bottom. We have to wait to find out what happens in this area here. This particular fractal is similar to this fractal here. Okay, so if we break the top here, the band, the channel, okay, this fractal will respond accordingly and it'll probably go higher. All right, we'll have to wait and find out what happens. Now, in the meantime, looking at the other time frames, longer time frames, we can detect maybe a possible move here for a little top. This is quite common here, and this is very common here. Okay, so what we're going to do for the time being, we're going to mark it as a decaying fractal in progress, and we'll keep our eyes on that. Okay, we got two of them here. 44.87. All right, so obviously the market's not going to grow all day here today. There will be a point where it'll begin to decay and decline and fall down. And what we need to do is try to find another fractal that will give us a clue here. I don't think it's going to go up 100 points today. One reason would be this one here. Let me remove that. Okay. And the daily fractal here, we have what we call a nested slider. All right. If it remains here. So we're looking at a picture here. Here's a typical slider. And what we want is for it to remain in this area, and then we'll have a little pullback. Again, you can find the fractal, the one we're looking at, on all time frames and all markets. That's your slider. Okay, so if we hesitate around here, okay, that would be a indication the market may be falling back. But we have the open, and we'll have to wait to find out what happens there. So right now we're approaching a rather continued growth. I think we're going to start falling here, but we have to keep our eye on this particular slider here. That's a ominous clue. And we have another slider, decaying fractal here and a decaying fractal here. So rather than chasing the market, I would be looking for a point to maybe do a trade on the way down. Again, here we have another decaying fractal. Okay, and we have nothing there, nothing there, and nothing there. Okay, so right now we're up about 62 points, and the longer time frames are definitely pointing up. I did mention in October that we would have a bullish November, and possibly it could continue into December, right? The high there back in 22, 47.61. Now, if we break that top there, obviously we'll go higher. All right. So, in the meantime, we're in a bearish market. We have a bounce up. The market grows. It rallies. It'll decline. It'll decay. And what we're doing, we're mapping the market on a nonlinear basis, meaning there are no definitive structures, okay, in life and in nature. It's all nonlinear. Okay, anything can happen. So we're going to keep our eye on the area here for a pullback, and maybe we can do a trade on a downside. So even if we're in a bear market, you can do trades going up and you do trades going down. So right now, the micro grid really isn't showing too much, so we're going to concentrate on the slider here. This is very typical. You can see this all the time. Go to Neil's channel. He has numerous examples, but this one here, 11 hour, 12-hour daily, they're pointing to a top, and we have a top on a fractal here. So we stop here, we'll start to decline. How far are we going to decline? I don't know until we have another fractal discovery. All right, so we're going to have to keep our eyes on the macro grid here for a clue, a direction of what the market's going to do. So right now, I think we're topping out here. Um, Again, we're up 61 points. Are we going to go up 100? Possibility. We don't know. But going back on the microgrid, there's no way we can really actually do a trade here. There's nothing common that we've seen here before. We're just going straight up. A line is not a fractal. You can't do anything here. We're going to have to wait until the market. There's the bell, and what's going to happen? Okay. Looking at the microgrid, um, too early to tell. Probably around 10:30 we'll get a better picture. Okay, but for now, uh, again, look at the longer term time frame for a possible top on the slider here. This one right here. Okay. And we have one here and we have one here. And we're approaching the top of the fractal here. We have all day. We'll find out what happens. But again, we're on the right side of the market. And if we hesitate here, as I mentioned before, the market will probably dip a little. We're up 64. So we'll have to wait and find out what happens during the day. If the setup appears, I'll post it, and then maybe we can do a trade. But right now, as mentioned before in October, we're going to have a bullish November, and it could continue in December. But it really doesn't matter about the market. The market is a bull market, it's a bear market. It goes up, it goes down, it grows, it declines. All we're doing is locating the turning points to the market to take advantage of the movement. And as of now, okay, we're looking at a topping market around this area here. Okay, 44.88 could possibly go up to 45.24. Um, those would be your key numbers to kind of remember, but we'll wait until 10:30 after all the excitement fades away, and we'll see what happens. Hank Wernicke, signing off.